Hello, me again, and I'm in my office this time. I don't know if I need to tell you every time I'm in my office, because you should know, because there are books behind me, and also you can see my double chin because the angle is not great because of the way I've got this set up. I could probably put a bit more effort into setting this up better, but then I wouldn't be me. And my videos wouldn't be the hot mess, raw, uncurated thing that they normally are. And on top of that, what else? Oh, and I'm not wearing a headband. And I don't have bunny ears or cat ears or whatever. So I'm doing another comparison video between a popular fragrance, which I love, and a inspired version of it. And it's the only inspired version that I know of here in Australia. So if somebody else has an inspired version somewhere else in the world, and if you know about it, please tell me. Not that I'm going to run out and get it, but more just so I know and we can share the information, because I do believe that there is a place for a more affordable version of certain perfumes, so that others who cannot pay $300 or $400 or $500 for a perfume can try it, enjoy it, all that sort of stuff. And anyway, so what I'm talking about is the Kayali Wedding Silk Santal. And this was a perfume. Well, there were two perfumes, a men's version and a women's version that she made for her wedding, that Mona Katan made for her wedding as a limited edition for her and her fiance, now husband, were to wear for their wedding, which I thought was great. And I saw it coming out, and I try not to kind of buy into the hype, and I try not to jump on and buy something immediately. And I kind of had it on my radar to get at some point. And I knew it was limited edition. This sold out really fast. Okay, this is the feminine version, and it's the Wedding Silk Santal. And the notes are on the back, which I will read out to you in a moment. But what had happened was, a friend of mine, I saw someone who does photography and things like that, got sent both bottles to do a photo shoot and things like that. And then he wasn't going to keep it, and he listed it for sale. And I happened to see it, and I jumped on it because it was very, very affordable for what he was selling it for. And so I got it. I don't remember what I paid for it, but I remember it was way, way below whatever it retailed for, and it was very affordable. And I jumped on it, and I got both. I think there were a few people who were interested in it, but only wanted this bottle. But I said I'd take both, and so I managed to get it. And I love them both. They're both beautiful. But there is something very, very special about this perfume. And I've seen people say, I don't know what the hype is all about. It just smells like a mid-vanilla that doesn't last very long on my skin. And the first time I sprayed this, I was blown away by it because it radiated beautifully on my skin. And I always say perfume, as well as skincare, is very, very individual. Everyone is different, and not everything is for everyone, based on skin chemistry, the way we react to a scent, and what we like, and our individual tastes and preferences and things like that. And for me, this was just amazing, because I was walking around for a few hours after I sprayed it going, what am I smelling? What is that? That is so beautiful. And anyway, so I'm going to get into the notes, which is back here. And it's sparkling champagne, white freesia, pink praline, lush nectarine, sandalwood, and sugared musk. Okay, so the praline and the nectarine gives it like the sweetness and the sort of that vanilla vibe and the the gourmand that people like right now. But then you get a little bit of that sandalwood and the musk and the sugared musk, which gives it depth, and it grounds the scent. And then on top of that, what you have is the champagne and the white freesia and the nectarine, which gives you like a freshness and a bubbliness and a fruitiness. And what I don't understand, and I need to ask my perfumer friend about it and how it's done, but what I don't understand is like that champagne note, that sparkling champagne note, they really managed to get that sparkling champagne note where it just dances off your skin, and it's bright and it's bubbly and it's sparkling, and it really does sparkle, and I can smell the sparkles. I don't know how to describe it, but I literally feel like when I smell this perfume, I am smelling the champagne bubbles going up my nose when I am drinking a glass of champagne. And that is that experience, which makes this particular perfume so unique for me and to me. It's limited edition. It's sold out. It's supposed to be coming back. Apparently, some of the ingredients are hard to get. So it's taken a while for it to come back in stock because it was so popular, and everybody was asking for it that, they're bringing it back in stock. But I think it came back in a 10 mil, but they have not been able to bring it back in a 50 mil yet. I guess it's quantity and volume. But a friend of mine who is overseas at the moment mentioned that it looks like it's coming back into stock properly September, October. In the meantime, everybody's going nuts over it. Everybody's trying to find a bottle, buy a bottle, get decants, and I am not parting with this. No way, no how. However, very recently, a very popular Australian, what do you call that? Clone house, a inspired perfume house, came out with this, which is the Bujairami Special Day. And it is inspired by the Wedding Silk Santal. So I'm going to show it to you side by side. These are the two bottles. And this is a gigantic bottle. This is 100 mils. I've only got it recently, so I haven't got stuck into it very much. And it's extremely affordable because it's only $45. Okay. Whereas this, I don't know the price. I'll have a look. The good thing about being in my office is I can easily look things up on the internet. So a 10 ml bottle is $47. And the full-size bottle, which is 50 mils, is $148 for the Wedding Velvet Santal, which is still in stock. But I don't think the so 50 mils, a standard 50 mil for them is, I think, around about $150-ish. So this was so the Wedding Santal, the Wedding Velvet Santal is $148. I'm trying to find the Silk Santal on the website, and I don't even see it. So maybe they don't have it listed on the website anymore. I might do a search. Hang on. Here we go. On the website. Yeah, it's $148, but it's not in stock. So it's not outrageously expensive, but it's beautiful. And it lasts a decent amount of time on me. On hubby, oh my goodness, on hubby, it lasted at least, I want to say, 24 hours, which is insane. Absolutely insane, because I sprayed it on him the night before, and late afternoon the next day, I could still smell it on him before he had a shower. So that was crazy. Now, comparing the two, this, I want to say, is a lot more elegant than this, even though they are very, very close. I don't know what the notes in this are. I could probably look it up on the website. I assume the notes are similar, but where this is a laser, this would be a hammer and a chisel. So I have recently come to the point where when I describe, or when I'm thinking about how to describe a inspired version of a perfume, and it depends a lot on the maker and the perfumer too, and their style, okay? It's very much, to me, I said this to my perfumer friend, like comparing if you were to use a laser to cut a diamond versus if you were to use a hammer and chisel to cut a diamond. So the original of this is very elegant, very sophisticated. It's beautifully refined. It's very well blended. You can smell that champagne note, and it just sparkles. And it's bright, and it's fresh, and it's a wonderful, sweet summer scent that, on me, lasts a long time. This one, very similar vibes, very, very close. Somebody said they think 95%. And you know, they could smell the sweetness, they could smell the vanilla and things like that. Yeah, it on the website for the Bujairami, it says the exact same notes. However, this one does not sparkle. It does not have that effervescent quality of the champagne note that this has. And that's what I love about this. Okay, if I just wanted a sweet, slightly fruity, slightly floral, very approachable, feminine fragrance, this is fine. And this is nice enough. However, what I love about this is that sparkle and that effervescence, and I don't get it with this. The other thing I find with this, after it settles on the skin, and I kind of feel like it kind of hits me in the face a lot, is the amberwood and the oak moss in it is very, very like prominent. So I smell a lot of woodiness, or it's almost like oud, even though it's not oud. It doesn't have an oud note, but it smells like oud to my nose. And when I smell this over time, towards the end, after all the top notes and everything have dissipated, it's sort of like, oh, why am I smelling oud? Why do I smell so much oud? Where's that oud coming from? That's what I get from this. And it's sort of like, it's punchy. It kind of just sucks you in the face. Whereas this settles into that sweet nectarine, vanilla, sugared musk with a hint of sandalwood, which is just sweet, slightly deep, and very refined. And I just love the way this settles. So neck to neck, I think very, very similar. If you can't get that and you don't want to wait and you want something that's very affordable that you can sort of smell to get the vibe, go for this. And you know, a lot of times when I say with something that's inspired by, I'm happy to get an inspired by perfume if I'm not going to spend $400 or $500 for something. And I'm okay with that. And I'm happy with that. And very often I will say close enough is good enough. You know, you get the vibe. And that is fine. However, if you've had an original and you love the original, and a lot of times with the inspired versions, I don't actually have the original because I'm not going to spend that kind of money. Or if I do, I have the decant where I'm like spent, you know, $10 for a 2 mils to try it and see if I like it, or if I like the vibe, and you know, and then you kind of have to toss up between, do I want it enough and do I love it enough to spend the full amount and save up to buy the original, or do I want to just spend something affordable and buy the inspired version? And I think also it's not only just the value point and the price point and the affordability and can I afford to buy it or not, but a lot of times when you get a perfumer who does a inspired version of a perfume, they might emphasize certain notes that they like. They might de-emphasize certain notes that are not popular, where somebody says, oh, I love that perfume, but I don't like that musk note, or I don't like that violet note, or, you know, that kind of thing. So then go for it. You know, that works great. Like I have the Jalu Oud Maracuja, and I think the Jalu version has more passion fruit and more mango. And then I have my Perfumer Friends version, which is very much more delicate, and again, more emphasis on the mango and the passion fruit because that's what he likes, and it's a very soft, elegant scent. Whereas the original Maison Crivelli Oud Maracuja, which I love, which I find beautiful, has a lot more of the oud right up front, and it kind of punches you in the face. But the mango and the passion fruit is a lot more subtle. So, you know, it really depends on like what you like, what you prefer. And a lot of times some people go, oh, I really like this perfume, but it doesn't perform on me and it doesn't last. And why am I going to spend, you know, $300 on something that lasts 30 minutes on me? Byredo Bal d'Afrique, one of my all-time favorite perfumes, that's like that on me. So I won't pay what is it now, like $400 for 50 mils for that perfume, even though I love it, but it only lasts 30 minutes. And a lot of the replica scents for me is the Maison Margiela scents are similar as well. They are very, very beautiful. I love them, but oh man, 30 minutes, an hour at most on them. And, you know, I've just paid, I don't know, what is it, $200-$300 for a big bottle, and it doesn't last. So, you know, you kind of have to weigh up what your value system is, what you like, what you don't like, what your affordability is like, to decide whether you want the original or whether you want the inspired version for whatever reason. But for me, when it comes to these two, this is nice enough. I will wear it, and I think I will continue to wear it when I just want to be a bit liberal. But this I will save and I will wear on special occasions, and I will still be generous in terms of wearing it. But there's just something about the effervescence and the sparkling quality of this champagne note in this one, which, you know, just dances off my skin and radiates beautifully for me, that has not been captured in this version. And maybe somebody else might come out and be able to do that at some point, which would be fantastic. But I think, you know, when you're using different quality materials in order to be able to charge as little as, you know, they do for this perfume, compared to probably some pretty high quality raw ingredient, ingredients and raw materials for this one. You know, that's where you pay for the difference and the quality. So that's it from me. I've kind of rambled on enough and gone off on enough tangents, but yeah, so that was kind of the comparison that I've been doing most recently, and I will talk to you next time. If you have lasted this long, I try to do this just for fun. Leave a champagne glass or a champagne bottle emoji at the end, and I will see you next time. Please like, comment, subscribe, do all the YouTube-y things, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye-bye!